What's up guys, Christian here from thestrengthnation.com. In this video we're going to talk about bulking and cutting, what they mean and how you can go about doing your own fitness journey, whether it be going on a bulk or going on a cut. If you don't know what that means, we're going to go over it in this video, so stay tuned. So, whether you know about bulking or cutting, everyone is shooting for some type of goal, even if you know it or not. So, the names are kind of weird, to be honest. Cutting, basically cutting the fat off your body, not literally, but it's basically when you want to lean down, lose some weight, get shredded, get ripped, all that stuff. Bulking is just short for gaining muscle. So, I'm sure you guys have heard, even myself in my videos say, or someone that you know personally say, I'm going on a cut soon, or I'm going on a bulk soon, or what have you. To put it simply, a cut means a phase where you lose weight in a specific amount of time, and then a bulk would be where you gain muscle in a specific amount of time. So bulking comes in cycles. Basically, you want to spend most of your time bulking rather than cutting, because building muscle, putting on muscle, is a lot harder than losing fat. So there's also a third term, it's called maintenance. This means this is a stage or a phase where you're happy with your physique, you're lean enough, or you're big enough, or you're happy with what you have. Maintenance is what it means. You're just maintaining the weight that you have, your current physique. So in order to find out your maintenance calories, or your TDEE, which is your total daily energy expenditure, there's a lot of formulas online that you can find out. The most basic, multiply your body weight by 15. That's usually around ballpark for your maintenance calories. So whatever you get for that number, that body weight times 15 is your maintenance calories. If you want to bulk, you would go above your maintenance calories. If you want to cut, you would go under your maintenance calories. And that's how you basically go on a bulk or a cut. So let's talk about cutting really quick. So like I said, if you want to cut, you would eat under the maintenance calories. So a good rate of fat loss would be a 20 to 25% deficit, a caloric deficit. You would just subtract the percentage of 20 to 25% of whatever your maintenance calories, your body weight times 15. The goal of cutting when you're in a cut is to preserve as much muscle as possible. So the muscle that you currently have, you don't want to lose any of that. That's the main goal. And in order to do that, you have to have a good strength training routine and a proper amount of the macronutrients. You have to have a good ratio of protein, carbs, and fat in order to accomplish this. Ultimately, it's about the calorie deficit if you want to lose weight. However, you don't want to lose weight and you don't want to lose all that weight and then look skinny fat. You actually want to look shredded and have some muscle on there. So you have to have that strength training and your macronutrients on point in order to avoid looking skinny fat. Following appropriate macronutrient ratios, getting your protein, your fat, and your carbs is essential for you to get the physique that you want without giving up the foods that you love. So that's why we recommend, if it fits your macros, for cutting, just because you can still get your macronutrient ratios, your protein, fat, and carbs, and you don't have to give up any of that food that you already love. Now, if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, If It Fits Your Macros is a dieting strategy. If you want to learn more, you can download our free ebook. It goes over If It Fits Your Macros, how to set up your calories, how to set up your macros, and how to use it with MyFitnessPal. If you want to download it, just click above. It's completely free. It's just a If It Fits Your Macros guide. So although fat loss can occur without a strength training routine, it's like we said, we want to preserve as much muscle as possible. We don't want to look skinny fat like we said before. So what we recommend is a fat loss program that we use. It's called Shred Smart program. It has everything you need from cardio, strength training, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. You can find that right here. And to summarize cutting, be in a caloric deficit about 20 to 25% under your maintenance calories, which is your body weight times 15. Have a good macronutrient ratio, which we recommend to do with our free ebook that you can download for free. and then have a strength training routine in place to preserve as much muscle as possible. And yeah, so that's it for cutting. Let's move into bulking. So if you guys remember our maintenance calories, right? Body weight times 15. If you want to bulk and gain weight, gain muscle, put on muscle, you want to be above whatever your maintenance calorie is, right? It's called being a caloric surplus. In cutting, we were in a caloric deficit, 20 to 25%. Being above maintenance would be a caloric surplus. So there are two types of bulking out there. There's dirty bulking and then there's clean bulking. Dirty bulking is just your total bro science bulking. It's just eat whatever you see, eat big, get big. No, don't do it that way. It's more like eat big, get fat. It's not worth it. The point of bulking is not to eat everything you see in sight, and that's just going to put on more fat than you want. You don't want to get fat during a bulk. You want to put on muscle mass. So we recommend you do is clean bulking or lean bulking, which means you're in a 200 to 400 caloric surplus. So whatever your maintenance calories are, just add 200 or 400 calories above that and you'll be in a caloric surplus, and that will put you in a surplus, but not so much that you're going to gain a whole bunch of fat. It's a good enough surplus where you can gain muscle, minimize fat gain, and that's what we want. We don't want to gain any fat. We're going to, obviously, just because we're in a caloric surplus, but we want to minimize that. Cool, so now that you know what bulking and cutting are, some of you are wondering when you should start a bulking cycle or a cutting cycle. So before you bulk, ideally you want to be around 8 to 10% body fat. You can do it around 11 to 12, but ideally you want to be 8 to 10, pretty lean before you start bulking, so you can bulk for a longer period of time. So once you start bulking, let's say you're 8 to 10% body fat right now. Once you start bulking, you want to stop when you reach 15% body fat. Once you're at 15%, you want to start cutting down again, back down to 8 to 10, and just keep repeating the cycle until you're happy with your physique, basically. So the cool thing about this is that once you, let's say you're down 8 to 10% body fat, you bulk up back to 15. Then when you shred down again, you cut again, you're going to look more defined, bigger, and you're going to have more muscle even if you're in a caloric deficit. Then when you bulk up again, you're going to put on more muscle, and then it just repeats, and then you're just going to get, over time, you're just going to get a bigger, better physique, and it's just going to look awesome on you guys. That's it for this video, you guys. If you have any more questions, we have a more in-depth blog post on our website, thestrengthnation.com. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to download our free ebook, and I will see you guys on the next one.